is Nerdad, and we're back playing Baldur's Gate 3, and I just realized that I am super dark right now. So let's... It's so bright. Okay, there we go. There we go. Lighting is all good, and we are ready to rock. Alright, so tonight we are continuing to explore the Arcane Tower in the Underdark, and here is a shot of that tower. So what we're going to be doing is, right now there is an elevator in the midst of the floor in this tower, and that is going to let us go up and down, but it is currently not active. And on top of that we have these little turrets that are all sitting around. This turret is out, that turret over there is also out, but there are some turrets on the outside of this place that are not out, and are going to be causing problems for us a little bit later whenever we want to loot the areas around those turrets. So, both of these problems are solved in the same manner. So what we're going to do is we have a couple of options of getting down there. So we can jump to this little piece of mushroom right here and then use the jump spell or a jump scroll or what have you to jump over here, and then we could go down. We could also have Gale cast Featherfall on us, which is probably going to be what we do here, and then we could just gently jump down to the bottom there. It's kind of hard to see the ledge down there, but almost. Yeah, there we go. There's a ledge down there. Or we could cast Fly on some people and have them fly down, but ultimately lots of different options.
Direct me.
Getting us down there. But I am going to do the most simple one, and that is Featherfall, because Featherfall does not use up any resources because it is a ritual, and it will activate on all of my units. So, yeah, we're definitely...
Non fidei.
And this one, we're going to go ahead and jump. At this point, we could explore in this floor, but we are not going to at the moment. And the problem with Featherfall is always finding a
Shall be
place
done.
to jump down. But yeah,
Adventure
Featherfall,
forth.
pretty awesome.
That might be worth a look.
And check it out, we've got a hole right here.
Can't
This
give
is
up
going to be
now.
too big, or too small for any of us to
I'm
get into.
way
But,
too big.
But if we had somebody that was small in stature, like a halfling, we could actually reduce size for them, and they'd be able to fit through that sort of thing. But
Breathe deep.
we're not going to worry about it because this is just going to lead down to the basement, and we are not super concerned about that. Collect all this stuff. And I'll look if there's some stuff over here.
Maybe I need more pockets.
I'm gonna keep on looting all this stuff, and then we'll go inside. If you notice, there is some stuff over here. I am intentionally not moving in this direction. This is a small sussur tree, but it's not any sussur bark like we needed for that quest previous. But it does have these little sussur plumes, which, if you guys remember from last time, the time we get close to these, there's a little radius around them where magic cannot operate. So, yeah. But we'll do this kind of like a more...
What's inside?
Alright, historian's gonna come up and he's gonna go ahead and examine. He's gonna examine.
Let's crack it open.
Get some guidance going. So actually, that's a good question, Still Gaming. Like, what species am I gonna massacre today? Probably none species. This whole tower is, if you play it right, almost entirely devoid of anything
Tread
that can
carefully.
harm us or that we will harm. So, it's actually going to be a pretty combat-free section. But still, this is one of my favorite parts of Baldur's Gate 3, just because there is so much interesting exploration that you can do. And, yeah, we can't grab those. Just always trying to crazy not having loot that we can't grab. also enjoy that these bottle racks are clearly have like what 5 bottles in them, but you can't grab them. Oh, this is where the hole goes, not the main one. So this is one sneaky way of getting into the hole if you didn't have a lockpicker or knock, or somebody that could just bash the door down. Everybody forgets that if you don't have a lockpicker, but the lock's too hard, and you don't have knock bars, you can always just bust. Oh, yep, you are right. You are right. So sorry about that. I did adjust the volume for another video series that I'm doing. With the latest patch that came out not too long ago, Baldur's Gate 3 released Honor Mode, which is slightly harder than Tactician Mode. And the crazy thing about it is you get one save, and it's almost like a roguelike, like it's a hardcore mode. If you die, if you have a total party kill, and your party wipes, that's it. That's it. You have to start all the way over. Nothing carries over. Your save is now complete. So, I am playing through that with the party and recording that. And once I'm done with that recording, I will go ahead and post the entire thing. Hopefully in one video, but I don't know how well that's going to work. Hopefully I'll have it all in one video, start to finish, Baldur's Gate 3 in honor mode. And I will say, I know, it's a sad, boring day whenever I don't do genocide. Said something. Sorry. Didn't want to bring up fascist or anything.
Don't mind if I do.
Alright, so if you guys notice, here on the ground are a whole bunch of withered blue petals. And I received a book. Where'd the book go? Yeah, a treatise on anti-magic properties of the Susser Tree flowers. For those knowing about Susser trees, their magical properties have always been a topic of debate. Not only their ability to create an anti-magic aura, which is complete enough that even those unattuned to the weave can feel its effect, but also, and most interestingly to those living in the world above, the ways its roots, bark, and flowers can be harnessed to make magic items. Rumors of such items are rare, but, and actually we have one right in our inventory. No, we're not doing mushroom genocide. I actually like the mushrooms because again, they're like the Borg from Star Trek, but you know, more mushroomy, and you can take that on as many levels as you want. Cough, cough, cough. Let's see. Rumors of such items are rare, even though I have one in my inventory right stinking now. Let's see. But spread in settlements bordering the Underdark. Their existence, however, has never been confirmed by any of our clerics, nor by any other reputable scholars. I hypothesize that these items are no mere legends, and indeed, in this treatise I will endeavor to explain how I myself created items that have anti-magic properties, and that use the magic absorption of Susser tree flowers as a power source. This is our key line, or a couple of lines, or sentence, or clause, I guess is technically what it is. So we can actually use these Susser tree flowers as a power source because the magical absorption that they do is able to be channeled and all this good stuff. Lines have been drawn on the following pages as if the author intended to fill them with writing, but the remainder of the thin book is blank. So between the commentary in this book and the withered blue petals off to the side, we kind of know what we need to do. All right, book about the weave. Few try to understand the weave, a true pity, for only they who are truly attuned to the weave can rightly call themselves spellcasters. Thus comes the question, what is the weave? It is an essential element of the universe. It runs through everything in unseen threads. Force. It is what makes magic possible. Force. And it is also, though I will not go into further detail here, the goddess Mystra herself. Sea magic of the weave, Mistra, and the spell plague. What am I gonna do for XP if I'm not gonna murder things? So I think I actually get XP for accomplishing things here in the tower. And actually in tabletop D&D, same deal. Like solving puzzles and accomplishing things in a tower like this would absolutely give you, you know, XP. The weave isn't magic precisely. Rather, it is the raw material from which magic is woven, not entirely unlike how a collection of threads is shaped and formed into a garment. Those with the necessary talent and skill can manipulate the weave and perform magic by casting spells. Wheel of Time, cough, cough. It is actually pretty fascinating. Like in D&D, like there is the whole weave, and that's what the spells in. There's a book series called The Wheel of Time. It's like classic fantasy, like really well done. The spells are called weaves, and they just suck up power from, you know, the ether and weave different threads together and create those spells that way. So really fascinating that here in D&D they're talking about a collection of threads is formed into a garment. Because that's how the Wheel of Time is. Developing this skill takes years of learning and constant practice. You might have heard of those who can cast spells because they are born with an innate connection to the weave, commonly called sorcerers, or worse, because they struck a bargain with an otherworldly creature, also known as warlocks. Do not be deceived. Their magic is unpredictable, uncontrolled, and in some cases, not even rightfully theirs. No, to truly know and manipulate the weave is an art, but those wizards who master it will know the limitless power and the beauty that the weave provides. Gail's probably reading that like, yeah, it's true. All right, notes from a soothsayer. Let's check this one out. Each chapter of this book details a unique case study in the soothsayer Geraldine Haverlow's illustrious career. And its 23rd chapter is conspicuously dog-eared. Chapter 23, The Frightened Noble and the Ochre Omen. Hereafter I've transcribed a conversation between myself and a young nobleman of my lifelong acquaintance. Typically he came to me for guidance in matters of love and fortune. But his visit to me on one particular occasion stands out particularly in my mind. This is really long. I don't think I'm going to read this whole thing. If you really want to read it, you know, let me know, I guess. Oh, see, this is interesting. So you can get down to this floor from the floor above this, which means that we didn't need to do Featherfall, but it did help. So this is the floor slightly above, is it? Yeah. Or no. No, we still would have had to have taken some fall damage to get down in this area. So we'll go ahead and explore this this area just real quick. Not too much happening in this part. Except for this precarious little thing that is not supported by any pillars whatsoever and could collapse at any moment. Oops. That is very true, Still Gaming. So all this arcane tower, this whole wizard thing, and you know, the wizard, it seems like this wizard is highly intelligent, but no. It's true nature. Her true nature is revealed to us because they dog-eared a book. Unacceptable. Don't ever dog-ear books. Use a bookmark. If you can't afford a bookmark, well then use a piece of paper or something. But don't dog-ear books. Don't be a heathen. Alright, so out the door we go, and we're gonna go grab a susser flower. Or Susser flower, however they say it. We'll see if Gale complains this time again for not being able to use his magic. That's cute. Hey, and a dirt pile. Always good to get dirt piles. Oh, and a susser bloom. I didn't need that susser I do need that dirt pile, though. Hopefully I can still use my shovel with the Susser Bloom in place. Okay, good. Not a magic shovel. So glad. Alright, what do we got? A bunch of stuff. Scroll of Blink. Okay. Cool. Oh, got some stuff over here. Stuff I can't pick up. Oh my gosh. So theoretically, you could have a party with just like martial abilities and carry around a Susser Flower and do still pretty darn well. But we are so not going to do that since every single one of my characters can cast spells now. Which, I mean, not too unnormal. Let's see, what are the classes that cannot use spells? That would be a non-Arcane Trickster Rogue, a non-Eldritch Knight Fighter, a non-Wild Magic Barbarian. I think that's it. Oh, and a monk. We have liftoff. And for whatever reason, this is kind of bizarre, but oh, that looks like it's malfunctioning down there. For whatever reason, the arcane turrets, once they get power, they shut down. I love that shot. That is just such a cool shot. Such a cool shot. Alright, and with that, we can go officially up the stairs. And keep on moving up here. And then we can start ascending up through the floors and start taking care of each one of the floors. Ascend. And here we go. So this is the floor below where we came in. And as I said before, we're going to be looking out for books in particular because there are some pretty critical books that we are going to need. In fact, I think this is one of them right here. So we'll do that last. Read. This threadbare book looks like it once contained a play, but most of it has been lost to time, vermin, and an unfortunate ink spill. Only two full sentences are distinguishable. How can I trust? How will I ever know? How can I show myself my darkest me? So, this was a writing project, apparently, by the wizard that lived in this tower. Actually, it might be a cleric. I can't remember if it's a cleric or a wizard. This whole thing seems very wizardy. Is that a potato? It looks potato-y. Long potato if it is. Oh, and if you found the dirt pile but didn't have a shovel, there's one right here. Very, very considerate. Very considerate. And check it out. We needed these Timmus spores for the quest that Omelium gave us back in the Myconid colony. I mean, it's kind of funny too because you can make, like, you can use alchemy to make an essence out of those Timmus spores, but don't do that because then you're kind of hosed. All right, and the looting continues. We also need, here, let's check our thing, our journal here. Needs Tongue of Madness as well. And we could find both of those in the mysterious tower nearby. And ultimately, there is a whole bunch of stuff to do and collect in this tower, but that is the plot reason that we are here. Is to grab Timmus spores and Tongue of Madness. Tongues of Madness, not Tongue of Madnesses. Let's see, and check it out. Oh, they actually look like tongues. Oh my gosh. That is weird. That's weird. But now we have all of this stuff, and we could go back to the Myconic colony, but we are so not. Anything out here? Oh, yeah, burlap sacks. You know, eventually, you know, the burlap sacks and the back, and I guess the backpacks too, but the burlap sacks and the crates and everything that are scattered all around here, you kind of get a sixth sense as to where those are. But I still have the hardest time picking out skeletons on the floor. And sometimes there's really good stuff in those skeletons. We'll go ahead and send. Alright, this is the floor that we came in on. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come... Oh, not that direction. Oh yeah, the door to the elevator is opposite the main door of these floors. I'm going to go out the main doors. And we're going to go loot stuff. Now that the arcane turrets are out. I don't know if you guys ever played StarCraft, but these arcane turrets kind of feel like Protoss turrets. Like kind of the same gold coloring, kind of the same blue energy beams that get shot out of cannons. Gives me a very Protoss feel. I'm all about the heck was that?
Yes.
Oh, whoops. What survival checks are they missing out on? There's a letter. Stop standing in front of the letter. There we go. Dearest Ire, I don't know if you're coming back, if you'll even read this message, but if you do come back, could you wait for me? I'll only be gone a few 10 days, but the thought of coming back to this empty tower with nothing but Bernard to fill these halls, I don't know how much longer I can take this. I miss you. I miss you so much. I can't shake the thought of how different things might have been if only I'd been less stubborn. Working on your lightning inventions, my magic, eating together, laughing at your stupid puns. Waking up next to you, despite everything, I still love you. So please, if you read this, can you wait? I'll be back. I won't be long. Forever yours, Lenore. A few sentences are penned below in a different hand. I waited. I waited until Tarshak. I'll always wait for you, but you didn't come. I think every single one of these letters that you find in Baldur's Gate 3 are all, like, horrifically sad. No, I guess not horrifically sad. I shouldn't say that. But, they are awfully sad. It's like nobody writes happy letters. Oh, sorry, Melantha, what was the do it, do it, do it, do it? I missed what you were referring to there.
Careful, I might. Hardly a challenge.
Blue lasers are organized. If you're, I've always said, if you're gonna have a laser, make it a blue laser. All right, Skybreaker. This is actually a pretty good paladin weapon. Just because, like, Searing Smite is already like a pretty great ability. Like, Searing Smite adds 1d6 fire damage, and then it also lights them on fire so that they continue to take fire damage. So it's a really, really efficient, effective spell. It does last 10 turns. And one of the cool things is there's no saving throw with it. If you connect with this attack, they just are on fire. It's pretty cool. Paladin smite spells are usually pretty good.
Shall we?
So that was the main thing that we wanted to grab. There are also a couple of like little mushrooms over here that we can pick up.
Well, hello.
Oh, and I don't know why I'm leading with
And these things are still
Asterion.
Should mind my step.
Animal carcass with nothing in it. A few piles of bones near the turret. Looks like they were trying with no success to get past those turrets. Hey, 2 gold. Cha-ching. Here, Melantha, can I do that typical thing that is incredibly annoying and be like, well, if it wasn't very important, if you don't remember, it must not have been very important. Something. No, there was a dirt pile. I'll dig it up with my 2 shovels. I have always hated the saying, if you couldn't remember what it was, then it must not have been very important. Hippie, I forget all kinds of stuff all the time, and most of it is hyper important, so back off. I'll move these over to... Who's got space? Starring's got space, I may as well. Oh, that's a pretty cool shield, actually. I mean, nobody needs a shield like that, but still, that's a unique and cool shield. That I will be... that I'll be sending to camp, apparently. I did not mean to do that. Did not mean to do that. You guys remind me next time in camp to check the camp chest and pull those out. Alright, back to the elevator, and we go up a floor. Ascend and descend. Up floor. Here we go. Another super unstable floor that is not supported by anything and should have fallen a long time ago, and especially should have fallen with a ton of weight, like an entire adventuring party on top of it. Gold and a vial of toxin. Shelf over here. Nothing exciting about that. So, it mentioned a couple of letters or books ago that all Lenore has is Bernard to keep her company. And if you guys remember, an episode ago, or maybe 2 episodes ago, we found a grave with dog bones in it, and we found a collar. And let's see if I can even find that collar. Probably not. Try sorting by latest and see if that helps at all. I might not be able to find this just... Well, here, let's see. Dog collar, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Can I equip that anywhere? Oh, yeah, you can put it on your neck like a dog. But yeah, this was in the grave. We went ahead and grave robbed the dog collar. But we'll see something interesting here regarding that dog collar. As always, I'm always on the lookout for books, because books do not weigh very much, and they are worth like 14 gold, I think pretty universally, which is fantastic, because always looking for things that do not weigh very much. I have a very good price to weight ratio. Oh, it's power up the laser so they can kill the charge. Yeah. All right, Mrs. of Candlekeep. Okay, this is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. So in Baldur's Gate 1, you start off in Candlekeep, and this book is a bunch of letters from Candlekeep, and the very first thing that happens is you are with your mentor, Gorion, and he tells you we've got to leave, like, now. So this is kind of cool. It's one of the, I don't want to say many, but one of the quite a few references to Baldur's Gate 1, and there are a couple of references to Baldur's Gate 2 as well. All right, to the Sage Elminster. Over the past year, I've delivered many of your letters to Master Gorion, so I wanted to be the one to deliver this sad news. Alas, he is with us no more. Spoilers! And that's spoilers for like the first 10 minutes of Baldur's Gate 1. Shocking surprise. Your mentor, in true Obi-Wan fashion, dies almost immediately and you're left on your own. So, again, spoiler alert for a 25-year-old game, if you're concerned about that. Gorion and his ward, which is the player character in Baldur's Gate 1, left Candlekeep soon after your last letter to him arrived. They departed in the middle of the night, but were waylaid shortly after on the road to Baragost. The Gate Warden tells me that Gorion saw to it that several of his attackers joined him in the next world before he was struck down. I hope this brings you the same grim comfort it brings me. Of his ward, there was no sign. This part right here is actually kind of interesting because back in the day, it was kind of cool, like seeing basically for just about the first time with modern at the time graphics, all of these different like D&D spells. And Gorion, whenever you guys are assaulted on the road to Baragost, like throws so many spells out that you don't even get until like more into later in the game for Baldur's Gate 1. So it is actually kind of cool way to show like the power and the ability of Gorion while you were just plinking arrows out of a dinky crossbow. Of his ward, there was no sign. That's because his ward, took off and started doing Baldur's Gate 1. In some better news, I received your letter to the library and was able to find much of the material you requested. It has been carefully secured and will travel with this letter. Yours in honor, Tristan P. Shale, librarian at Candlekeep. P.S. I hope you'll forgive my curiosity, but might I ask, why do you need so much information about ball spawn? What exactly are you working for? Or working on? Ball spawn. This I will not talk about too terribly much because this is actually like a significant part of the storyline and plot of Baldur's Gate 1 and Baldur's Gate 2 in a totally different way, which incidentally is the best way to do a sequel. You take your MacGuffin or your plot setting or your theme, in this case like the ball spawn, and you do something completely and totally and effectively different with it, which is what Baldur's Gate 2 did. And Baldur's Gate 2 is one of the best sequels that has ever been created. But suffice to say, there's a reason that Elminster back at that time was researching ball spawns so much, because Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 revolves around the ball spawn. And look at this. What's going on here? So we'll take a look at this on the history of the Gith and the Mind Flayers. So this book comprises several chapters, one for each cited source. It claims to contain first-hand transcriptions of the oral histories of several storytellers throughout the realm. Chapter 4, Baldur the Swift, 700 years of age, wood elf storyteller hailing from the Wood of Sharp Teeth. It took me several 10 days of quiet habitation in the wood before the venerable Baldur felt comfortable revealing his presence to me. The longer I stayed, demonstrating I was no threat to his health and peace, the more open he was to gentle inquiry. This tale, relayed to me on a chilly morning as we stoked a small fire between us, was like none I had heard before or since. I asked if it was fiction, and he insisted emphatically it was as true as his own right eye. Long ago, before my eyes and ears, before your lonesome quill, dear scribe, there was an empire of people, or perhaps only belief, an empire of brain-eaters, soul-wasters. They called themselves Illithids, the flayers of minds. The children of Gith were bowed, bent in service to the flayers, a passionate people made to serve a cold belief. The flayers were untouchable, their minds a great oppressor. No proud will or passion could break Gith's children free. Until, at last, a reckoning, its source unknown, its power unproven, but its events history-making. The cowed would not be cracked. Gith's children fought back valiantly, their freedom theirs, the flayers bent and broken till today. So this part right here is actually pretty significant for the story of Baldur's Gate 3. This whole reckoning, its source unknown, its power unproven, but its events history-making. And we have here a Githyanki disc that we are going to check the heck
The
out.
disc is formed from slate and engraved with Githyanki writing. You examine them closely, but can't make much sense of them. Without a cipher or primer to aid you, the disc's message could be near impossible to discern.
Investigation. This is a rough difficulty class. Yeah, not even close. Not even close. And I'm pretty low on inspiration, so I'm gonna hold off on doing that.
No matter how hard you try, you can't make any sense of the symbols. You should take the disc to Lae'zel. She might know more about it.
Indeed, I will. Command the disc to reveal its secrets. Always good to yell at inanimate objects.
Respond.
It's respond. All right. So there is actually another Githyanki disc right over here, and actually first we'll read this. The writing on this torn-out strip of paper is shaky and blotted with tears, making it barely legible. The silence stretches on. I'm all alone. Please, can I hold your hands just for a while? What was what noise? What do you mean? It's all kinds of noises. Another Githyanki disc, but I think it's gonna be the same situation. I'm not gonna be able to read it. An engraved disc of Githyanki origin containing a complex cipher that can decrypt ancient Gith dialects. A useful discovery if one should encounter such archaic writings. Okay, so this is actually the cipher that we can use to read this other disc.
Circular symbols are etched on the disc.
So, the last time I, as a player, encountered this was years and years and years ago, while playing Planescape Torment, which is another D&D game, using the same engine as like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, and is my favorite game of all time. The writing in it is just so phenomenal and good. But there is a Gith Zerai character that you can recruit into your party. So Githyanki are typically lawful evil, like they're the lawful evil Gith race, and the Gith Zerai are like their cousins, although I think they branch from the same origin, but they are the chaotic neutral Githyanki, the Gith. And so you can get a Gith Zerai in your party. He's a wizard, or no, sorry, he's not a wizard. Oh my gosh, he's like a fighter, I think. But he has a disc that, as he levels up, and as the story progresses, you can unlock more of these circles, like these Gith etching circles, and it's really cool to see these Gith circles once more. All right, seek a pattern in the writing. I'm gonna check this again because I'm totally good at this time. Not even close. Not even close.
No matter how hard you try, you can't make any sense of the symbols.
Well, let's use the cipher, dang it.
A pattern forms as you gaze at the disc, and from within that pattern, a story emerges. The Prince of the Comet, Part 1. So it was that we were free from Gake shackles and turned our blades on each other. The heavens were shattered, and one great empire was divided in two. Gith traveled to the Hells to broker help for her people, her cause. Vlaakith would have you believe Mother Gith proclaimed her our queen. Lies. Gith made no such proclamation. Vlaakith seized the empire against the mother's wishes. But Gith had nurtured a son, Orpheus, Prince of the Comet, the true heir. He knew Vlaakith's treachery. Orpheus rallied Gith's honor guard and declared the throne for himself. The War of the Comet had begun. It's an intriguing tale, and a forbidden one, given how expertly it was encoded. Lae'zel will surely want to know of this.
It says that Lae'zel will want to know of this, but we know Lae'zel, and we know that she will not want to know of this at all. So Vlaakith is Lae'zel's queen. She's basically the one that like. I'm not sure if Vlaakith is officially like a deity in the Sword Coast pantheon or in the D&D pantheon. I don't think that she is, but still is an immensely powerful being, and that is who basically right now rules the Githyanki Empire, and that's Lae'zel's homie. The Roads to Darkness, an epic tragedy about power, corruption, and loneliness. Prologue, a lonely road. Thunder and lightning. Enter Soreth. Soreth. New sounds, though damp and dark, oppression break. Is it the foe, that foul, contemptuous heel? Or art thou friend, a rescue from my lonely wake? Come out of love for me, not love for blood and steel. This is an iambic pentameter, is it, Lancy? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh my gosh, it is. It is. Hang on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is an iambic pentameter. This is Sword Coast Shakespeare is what it is. That's fantastic. Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh wait, didn't Shakespeare, like, he would write an iambic pentameter, but then like there were like the last two lines of every stanza or every monologue or whatever? Didn't he write it in a different form or format or something? I don't know. Enter Rizia, or Rizia, or whatever. How would I know, Soreth? It's been so long, what do I know of you, and you of me? Soreth. Wait, do you hear that sound? Enter Amphius. Amphius, what's this? Those figures, so familiar both, but still you seem so strange. It's Amphius. Dear Amphius, what happened to your face? It's pale as death. Your eyes are black as char. And you, I saw your teeth, they're sharp as blades. And what is with this road, so slick with blood? What happened here? What happened to us all? Excellent. So that's kind of fascinating. They use that in plays to represent, you know, the exit from a scene, or the exit off stage or what have you. But it's French, I think. So it's kind of weird that, because I mean, obviously, this is always like a trouble with fantasy books or fantasy stories, is that they obviously are speaking all this in English for us, but the idea is that, you know, their native language is obviously not English because they live in a totally different world, and so the English is just to kind of help us. So it's kind of broken a little bit whenever you have this exunt, because that's a whole different language. But you could make the argument that there is a word in their original language that means something roughly similar to that. And so, you know, the divine translator is translating it so that we can understand it because there's not an equivalent, you know, whatever. It's complicated. In prologue, Act 1, 10 years prior. And the rest of the play tells the tale of three elven friends, their paths to power, and how corrupted, mad, and lonely they killed each other. Spoilers. Jeez. And as always, picking up absolutely everything. And lighting candles, because, you know, I always like lighting candles. They make a fun little spooshy sound. Scroll of Misty Step, that's always good. Notes from a Soothsayer, we have already read all of those. So. Disorders of the Nerves and Mind, Dark Vision, and Blur. I'll look at these interior things first. Books. I want some books. You know what is even more efficient than books are paintings. And again, I'll bring this up. Like, these paintings in Baldur's Gate, I don't know who painted just this to be like on a side item, but it's pretty cool. I'm glad they did it. Whoever you are, I appreciate you. Thank you, item, painting, drawer. All right, Mage's Friend, Arcana +1, Religion +1. This is actually a pretty cool ring. Actually, do I have some space on Nerdad to do this? Yeah, Ring of Color Spray. I don't want no Ring of Color Spray. We'll go ahead and stick the Color Spray on Shadowheart. I do like having Color Spray on a melee character because Color Spray is a really, really short range arc that bursts out of your hands, and so it's really good when you're already up against like a whole bunch of characters, which melee characters are. And some of you might be asking, okay, so that ring is called the Mage's Friend. Why not stick it on a mage like Gale? And the answer is, Oh, and we'll go ahead and push this button.
Wait, why did that strange dog collar just vibrate?
So, if y'all remember, whenever we first picked up that collar, where's that stupid collar? Jeez. When we first picked up the collar, there was a note about how there is, like I wish you could like scroll up on this, a whole bunch of runes and stuff on this thing. Old leather collar for a large dog. The name Myrna is engraved on the tag, surrounded by a plethora of indecipherable runes. Okay, I got the names wrong earlier whenever they were talking about Bernard and how that was the only company that they have in the Arcane Tower. Bernard is something else. The dog's name was Myrna. I take it all back. I take it all back, and I apologize profusely for not knowing what I was talking about. So I put the dog collar on, and we'll push this button again.
Ah, clever. Food is dispensed for anyone wearing this collar.
So this is the dog's feeding bowl.
Only one serving for me, I guess.
So that's just a little fun. And on top of that, you do get some food out of it. So here, let's see. No? Oh no, it's probably in my. Well, I need to put this back on before I forget. It's probably in my camp supplies bag. Yeah, check it out. Raw steak, 10 camp supplies, which is just great. We'll send that over to camp so that it's not sucking up my inventory space. So this apparently was the living deck in this whole place. It feels more cozy. It's got the dog button and what looks like a little dog sleeping area, plus a whole bunch of cupboards and desks and bookshelves and stuff. Like this is the thing.
I spy with my little eye. Nothing of note, really.
That's pretty cool too. Oh, fun stuff. All right, I think that was everything in here. Just do a quick scan around, make sure. Yeah, it looks like we're done. Oh, there's even a bath. What fun. All right. Up to the next floor. I feel like there is something else that I need to grab here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, from Barracuir, we made our stand, meant to rule but led astray. By wicked tentacle and wicked hand, this world belongs to the Grey. Orendal stole all we had, yet taught the weapons by which to slay. Forge your minds to ironclad, the world belongs to the Grey. The exile freed us with his command to conquer what was taken away. Crush every monument into finest sand, this world belongs to the Grey. Trade your heart for steel intent, or with whip and mind we flay. Let them all hear of our descent. The world is nothing but gray. Okay, I actually love. So this is, I mean, just a fun. Well, I guess I shouldn't say fun. It's actually a pretty bleak little poem. But just a neat little poem. But I am such a sucker for poetry, where the final line is all the same until the final verse. When it changes, that just hits the poem home every time, and I love it. I love it. I don't even care what the rest of this stupid poem says, but just this, the world is nothing but gray after doing the world belongs to the gray. Ah, it's just great. It's just great, dang it. And a handwritten letter. We'll check that one out too. Dearest Lenore, I'm not sure how I should say this, but your last letter really worried me. Why would you tame a bulette? Just because you found it near Myrna's grave doesn't mean that's a sign. I'm really worried about you, Lenore. A bulette is not a pet. Using it as a guardian is one thing, but you sound quite taken by it. I know you don't want to come back before you finish your research, but if you are feeling lonely, you know my door is always open. Lots of lugs, love, and lots of lugs, guys. Amarith. P.S. It really warms my heart to hear that you put the autumn crocus flowers on Myrna's grave. I remember she liked to roll around in them, even though she'd always sneeze after. She was such a soft, loyal dog. I wish there was more I could do. Pupper, or puppish, or puppy, or, what have you. Poor dog. I mean, I say poor dog, but that's how dogs work. What I am looking for is, I was expecting to find more of that play that apparently Lenore was writing, and I don't see anything anywhere. So I'm just gonna move on ahead. All right.
You sound so dampened like oppression, Greg. Is it the foe? That foul, contemptuous heel?
You know these words. They are from the opening stanza of a play you found in this very tower.
So, this is why it is so important to read all of the books in this tower, is because, so this is Bernard. This is the one that was keeping the wizard in this tower company. But Bernard responds only to stanzas from the play. So you have to respond with, like, correct or situationally appropriate stanzas in order to get it. So, all right, out of my way. I'm not interested in riddles. I am a friend. I come in peace. I'm not foul or contemptuous, but I am a foe. Attack it while it waits for an answer. Obviously, we're gonna do this one right here. Or art thou friend, a rescue from my lonely wake.
Come out of love for me, not love for blood and steel. Come on as you feel, my lord, my liege.
Don't get me wrong. I love poetry as much as an ex-wizard, but using it to command an automaton seems a bit self-indulgent to me.
I love that even Gale is like, all right, chill out, nerd. All right. So what I'm going to do is this one. How can I trust? How will I ever know? How can I show myself my darkest me?
Feeding of the deepest secret show. Reveal the truth. Do what you wish to see.
All right. And so this hopefully has been fixed in the latest patch. I haven't looked into if it is or not. But what's supposed to happen here is whenever you say that line, Bernard is supposed to put a ring on the table, but he did not do that anymore. And so what they did was they changed it so that he doesn't put it on the table. Instead, he gives it directly to you, but developers made it so that he doesn't even give it to you. And this ring unlocks the basement, so this is actually a little bit of a problem that we're gonna have to deal with in kind of a goofy way that's a little bit annoying. In the meanwhile, we'll keep on talking. Let's see.
Command as you see fit, my lord, my liege.
Let's see. This is kind of cool. The silence stretches on. I'm all alone. Please, can I hold your hands just for a while?
Of course, my love. Don't be afraid, sweet girl.
His hands
Oh, that's
close
kinda
around
cool.
the air next to your face, as if he's taking the hands of someone taller.
What can I do? Say, would you like a hug?
So this is sad too. Lenore programmed this robot so that it would be a comfort to her, but she programmed him so that it would give her hugs regularly. But kind of cool, I've never noticed this, but there's like this beating heart right here, which kind of makes me wonder actually, since it's spouting off electricity, how much of a problem that would be if, you know, you were getting a hug from it. Yeah, say, would you like a hug? Yes, please, of course.
Come here. For just a moment. Let it out.
Oh gosh, it's sad and cheesy and...
Love Lenore so much. You're doing great. And everyone will be so proud of you. As I already am.
So I don't know if it's super practical. I mean, because people do write, you know, affirmations for themselves. They, you know, say, "Hey, you're the greatest. You're the best." And I mean, it's supposed to uplift you every morning and do that sort of thing. And so I get why you would program a humanoid robot thing. Oh, by the way, we're in sci-fi now. I didn't know if y'all knew that Baldur's Gate was going to turn sci-fi. So I mean, like, there's only one step away from, you know, telling yourself that you're the best in the mirror every morning and programming a robot to say it to you on demand. But it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and start collecting stuff around here. Again, I was hoping that we wouldn't have to deal with getting down into the basement in goofy ways, but I think that's just where we are at. This broken machinery is kind of cool because it is actually alchemical reagents that you can use for making potions and stuff. The paper is torn and patched in many places, as if it was well used but treasured. On it is a small poem without a name. These empty sheets are all that's left of you, the last of all the thoughtless gifts you give. I will hold on to them. It's all that I can do. I can't throw them away. I've never been that brave. And we're going to tell that to Bernard.
Command as you see fit, my lord, my liege.
Last of all the thoughtless gifts. So one of these will turn him hostile, and I believe it's the survive one. I think that's the trigger word. So yeah, here is gifts.
It's all that I can do, you know. I can't throw them away. I've never been that brave.
I wonder if he notices that Lenore's suddenly much shorter. But yeah, you get a potion of greater healing out of that, so that's cool. Ah! I wanted to pick that up, not read it again. Darn it all. I know you like reading, but my goodness gracious. Alright, so we're gonna take a look at some other stuff going on in here. We cut a whole bunch of animated armor. Okay, so I said we weren't going to commit genocide. We might take out these constructs here, again, just for the XP. But first... So if you notice, this stool is a special stool called the Stool of Hill Giant Strength. And check this out.
What's this feeling of power?
So you can see here, I sat down on it, and now I have Hill Giant's Might. which is my strength is increased to 21. And so
It's gone. I felt so strong. Where did that come from?
it's a mystery.
To go still.
I sat down, I got it.
This chair. I feel stronger just from sitting in it. The strength vanishes as soon as I stand.
And then it disappears whenever
Curious.
you stand up.
Dull moment.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get everybody out of the way so I don't accidentally click on them. We gonna break a chair. Take that chair.
Make for a fine weapon.
And check it out. We now have a weapon. Oh, whoops. What did I do latest there? We now have a weapon called the Club of Hill Giant Strength. And whenever you have it equipped, it increases strength to 19. So pretty cool if you have like really low strength and you want to give it to somebody just so that they can increase your strength. Like actually, this might be a really good one to put on Astarion, because even though I have 2 daggers with him and he is a very daggery style character, I hardly ever use these daggers. I almost always do the hand crossbows. So I might give this to Astarion. Just, I mean, at very least, this will increase his carrying capacity by quite a bit. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Okay, so Ritual Dagger. After a successful attack with this dagger, the wielder receives a 1d4 bonus to attack rolls and saving throws until the end of their next turn. That's actually a really good effect. And Hunter's Dagger, on a hit, the targets must succeed a DC 13 Constitution saving throw or become ruptured, and that is a +1 dagger. So that's actually pretty good, but not as good as 19 strength. And check it out. He went from 280 carrying capacity to 460, which is delightful. Actually, kind of sad that Nerdad doesn't have more strength. Oh yeah, I didn't focus so much on strength because he is doubling up as a warlock. All right, let's keep on exploring.
What's hiding here?
Incidentally, if you do end up attacking all of these animated armors in Bernard, it's really great if you can push them far enough that they fall all the way off of here. Because that'll go pretty close to knocking him the heck out. if not killing them outright. Anything up here? Table, nothing. There is a ladder up here. So it is kind of interesting. Usually if you have stairways going up to somewhere, at least there's something that you can pick up in that area. But this is, I'm pretty sure, almost entirely for combat. Like, the idea is that you'd put your snipers up here and then be able to snipe everybody. All right, I'm gonna go to the basement, and we're gonna try to get into the basement without the ring, which again is just such a bummer, because it's kind of a neat ring. It just provides light, but if you have an extra ring space, it might be good. All right. Yeah, kind of a bummer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and descend. We're gonna go down to all the way to the bottom level. And after we go to the bottom level and I didn't want to talk
Word
to
of
Gail.
advice. Wizards' towers can be volatile places. They keep their secrets buried and their dangers close to the surface. One misplaced spell and you might find yourself thrown into limbo, fighting off a death slard with a very nasty temper. I'm sure whatever's on your mind poses no such risk, but caution is to be advised. Now, what can I do for you?
That was a very specific warning, one based on personal experience. So I need to be better about talking to my companions regularly, because they have these cool little like side pieces of side commentary that are really cool, help help, you know, move the plot along, help reveal something about their character. Like, they're really effective pieces of dialogue. But yeah, we'll do this. That was a very specific warning. One based on personal experience.
Ah, quite. Misadventure from my days as an apprentice at Blackstaff Academy. I was but a child, only a few months into my studies, but already I knew I was destined for greatness. No one believed me, of course. So I decided to prove it, to cast a spell with the Black Staff itself. From one perspective, I succeeded. I opened a portal. However, instead of pointing it at the first-year dormitory, I found myself pulled into limbo, facing a very irritated death slad. Fortunately, the Black Staff himself came to the rescue, hauling me back from the brink and straight into several months of writing lines, or rather, finessing my autograph. Now, much as I enjoy reminiscing about such tomfoolery, I believe we've more pressing matters at hand. Is there anything else?
No, that was good, my dude. Here, I'll take a quick look at everybody else.
Shah's blessings upon you.
Nope, nothing from her. How about Astarion?
Need something?
Looks crazy in the glow of the light spell. All right. I do like the effect of the light spell. It actually, like, there's like that bluish white tint to it, and it really makes it feel like it is magical light. Okay. So here's what we're gonna try to do. Oh, hey, there's a chest right there that I didn't grab. Glad I came back here. I would not have even noticed that. Actually, you know what else I did not think to look at are the individual balconies off on each one of the floors. I need to check that as well. You guys in the chat, remind me, okay? Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get a view of this thing. Yeah, so this right here is the entrance into the basement. And what would happen is you would typically get the ring of guiding light, and it would take you all the way, like it would reveal a button on the elevator that would take you all the way down into the basement. And then whenever you came out of the basement, you would hit a lever on the other side of this little doorway, hidden doorway thing, and it would open this up. You'd be able to go out. But if you notice, there is actually a little area that you can jump to. Yeah. 37 HP, that is brutal. But I think that is going to be our only choice. Well, no, it's not. No, it is not. Gale still has... Yeah, I got it, but...
Yes.
Gale does have Featherfall still up, so let's move him over to Nerdad a little bit.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
I don't know if this is intentional. The fact that you can jump into the basement, it doesn't seem like it is. But at the same time, like, the developers always provide extra ways of doing things and getting into places. So we'll wait for everybody to come down the stairs and follow me here. Any minute. Kind of wish you could see the Susser bloom in the power generator, but you know. Let's make sure to check the balcony. Thanks, Funny Stein. All right. Lots of cool stuff in this area. So we're gonna read this. This is excavation of the enclave of something. Elminster said Naloth was a wonder to behold when it floated in Faerun's sky. He was surely right. This Netherese enclave was once a jewel in the empire of magic, with towers that pierced the heavens. And yet it fell, just as all Netherese enclaves did, crashing down when Karsus's folly ripped magic from the world. This is something that Gale has talked about quite a bit, and it was kind of... not exactly, like, a little bit of his inspiration, and the folly was also inspiration to redeem himself from the screw-up that he did. But even after it collapsed into the sea, its ruins still held a strange, twisted beauty. I traveled here from Halrua when I heard the sea had retreated and the ruins of Naloth were visible once again. Alas, I was not the first. Looters have stripped the Enclave of its material wealth, destroying much of its esoteric riches in the process. I found arcane books used to make campfires, their magic now lost to the ages. I have met some Shadowvar here whose interests align with mine, and we have agreed to search the ruins together. I'm grateful for these allies. The ruins are mostly filled with thick-skulled adventurers, but I cannot shake the feeling that someone is watching us, waiting to see what we uncover. So this is another location. Oh my goodness, I keep on doing that. This is another location where you can grab both Timisk Spores and Tongues of Madness if you didn't pick them up on the higher floors up there. So we gonna pick up as many as we want to, or as many as we can, because we are eventually going to want to, you know, of course, make essences out of these ingredients and make some cool daddy-o potions and whatnot. But we do need at least one of each so that we can make the potion that Omelium wants to make, or Omeluum. We got here, Magic of the Weed, yeah. And what have we here? DeHurst's Diary. No, I didn't mean to pick that up, actually. This is a pretty cool ring. If you are focusing heavily on lightning damage, which, hey, Shadowheart is doing right now, this is really, really cool. And I'll talk a little bit about why here in a second, but first I'm just going to go ahead and get her equipped with that. Ring of Flinging, I do not need in the slightest bit. So yeah, we'll do the Sparks Wall. So the reason this is so cool is because I have these boots called the Water Sparkers, which whenever you stand in water, that water becomes electrified. And if you start your turn on an electrified surface, you get lightning charges. 3 lightning charges, which is really, really good. And lightning charges, of course, increase your attack rolls and your damage by 1, and once you accumulate enough of them, you just do extra damage, like a good, pretty decent amount of extra damage on your cantrips attacks. Let's see. Next time you deal damage, yeah, which is really, really generous. But here is the thing, like, Electrified is a pretty damaging status to have in water, and so these Water Sparkers are pretty dangerous to use because you, in order to make them useful, you need to stand in the water. And so why would you want to do that? Why would you want to hurt yourself as much as you are hurting everybody else? I mean, it is a numbers game. If you have multiple enemies standing in water and so are you, it's multiple times the damage from the electrified surface compared to just one set of damage to you. Fine, whatever. But the real key here is the Sparks Wall. Sparks Wall, you cannot be electrocuted. And you also have resistance to lightning damage, so you can just stand in electrified water all the live long day. Which is exactly what we want to do. Alright, cool. So yeah, key piece of gear for Shadowheart and her build right now.
Let's try this way.
Let's see what else we have got. Oh, another piece of Basilisk Oil. I might use this for freeing up, like, depetrifying all of those drow that are up in, like, over by the Temple of Shar down here in the Underdark, but Scroll of Ray of Frost. I might toss that over to Shadowheart. Well, no, she's already got Ray of Frost. Dang it. So, okay. I've said it many, many times before. It is these scrolls that are for cantrips are immensely, immensely valuable. Even though they actually don't, like, they're super cheap, and they don't sell for very well, but... Hey, Scroll of Enter Touch. I don't think I have that one. And the reason being is because cantrips, you can't typically, like, you can't just learn those from, like, well, I guess typically you can't learn them from scrolls, but you can in Baldur's Gate 3. You cannot in tabletop D&D. But these cantrips, because you can cast them over and over and over again, are incredibly useful and incredibly valuable to learn, as opposed to just using the scroll. That and you can, like, clerics, okay. Clerics already know all of their spells, but they do have to pick cantrips. Same deal with sorcerers. Sorcerers have a very limited set of spells. Wizards do learn new spells every single level, so I mean, they can actually learn a good set, but cantrips, again, are really rare to come by. So, what you can do is learn all of the cantrip scrolls that you can for, like, Gale. And once you are done with that, you should have a pretty decent set of cantrips that, you know, are gonna be hyper valuable for you. But you, whoa, what in the crud? Okay, I'm sorry. Jeez. The desk is having a spasm. So what you can do is, after you've learned a lot of those cantrips, or you have a bunch of those scrolls for maybe cantrips that you already have, then what you can do is you can respec Gale to, you know, again, wizard, exactly like he is right now, but pick different cantrips. Pick cantrips that you do not have scrolls for, or that you have not memorized, because what'll happen is all of your memorized cantrips stay with you even if you respec. And it is worth noting, for these cantrip scrolls, I don't think that any of them are non-damaging. I think they're all the damage cantrips. So, once you have like a good set of memorized scrolls, what you can do is just learn the non-damaging cantrips, and that way you just have all your damaging cantrips from scrolls. I know, I'm heading up right now to check on balconies. See, like, there's not one on this floor, yeah. So we'll go ahead and ascend.
To put my hands on everything.
I like the ironwork on these elevators. It looks very, I don't know, I kind of get Rapture vibes from BioShock out of them. Like, they've got that, you know, heavy duty rivet style, but at the same time, like, they're arcane in their nature. Okay, nothing on this balcony. Looks like I did already check this balcony, or yeah, I did check that balcony. Anything over here? So did I get that vase? I didn't get that vase. Did I get that burlap sack? Always gotta double check. Okay. And I got that burlap sack. All right, good. Looks like I was just instinctively on top of things, which is good. That's what you want to be. Oh, there's a barrel. There's a barrel I didn't get. With nothing. A barrel with nothing. That's fantastic. So I think I did change my mind. I think we are going to do some construct genocide. All right, so this is the floor we came in on. I've already looted that, definitely. So next floor up, let's check this out. Oh, there might not be any balconies on this one. Okay, that's why I couldn't remember if I checked the balconies or not, because I already have. What do you know? All right, Bernard. We are going to split people up.
Step lightly.
And cloak them. You know, it just instinctively said I'm gonna cloak them. Which, okay, the actual ability is hide. Like, it's hide. The skill is stealth, but that makes me want to call it stealth. So I say I'm stealthing it, but I think that's just from years of watching Star Trek so much. But I've now advanced into now advanced into calling it cloaking, which is just great. All right, animated armor, psychic resistance, and poison resistance, but no vulnerabilities, which is unfortunate. Let me check out Bernard. Oh, he's got resistances all over the place. Jeez. 70 HP. Is there anything that he is not resistant to? Yeah, like thunder and cold. Should be good. Stinks that he's resistance against lightning, but I can use thunder with Shadowheart, I think. Oh, hey, and look at that. I did not see that down there. Good stuff to pick up is always good. All right.
This way.
So, with that, I'm going to have...
I've got a long road ahead.
Your dad move up just a little bit. I was going to have him move all the way up, but I think I'm going to hold off on that. In fact,
What path lies before me?
I'll just move all the way up there, because I want to get everybody
wonder what the
in a
next move
stealthy
is.
location.
You have my attention.
See, I used it correctly right there. Stealthy location. That's absolutely the right way.
And unsightly.
Can't afford to stay idle.
Should have
and
wished to
stealth.
live in more interesting times. Oh,
All right, my guy. Here we go. I better save. I have... Oh, actually, no. I do not want Nerdad stealth. I'm actually going to have Bernard.
Come on as if you feel.
I'm going to have him trigger his hostility. Not me. No killing friends, but they have XP inside of them. How else am I going to get the XP out? All right, what is this place?
An unbeknownst command that I cannot fulfill.
Oh. I think that's misspelled. I think it's supposed to have two L's. That's a little odd. Who are you?
An unbeknownst command that I cannot fulfill.
Limited programming, jeez. There is a light in every living thing. It's crawling towards the surface to survive.
And in its wake, it tramples everything. Will kill the rest, so that the one can thrive.
All right. Yeah. All right. Okay, I gotta keep track of who is concentrating on what. So Nerdad is concentrating on Tears Protection, so I don't want to do anything concentration based with him. Shadowheart's free, Gale is free, and so is Astarion. Okay. And with Astarion, can he reach that? Oh, no. Yeah, that is... Whoa, like totally just out of range. All right. So we gonna shoot this guy down here. Pow. They rolled 30. Dice roll 19. That might already be a crit. Okay. Nice. Okay, he's doing that thing again where he automatically uses his bonus action. I really wish that would not automatically turn on. That is incredibly annoying. Because I like to think strategically about things and not just go in guns blazing, if you will. Okay. And actually, I wanted to use Hunter's Mark on these guys too. Kind of a huge bummer. So I think between Dread Ambusher and my regular attack, I am going to be able to take this guy out right here. Another good shot. I kinda don't want to waste that ranged attack on this guy. I can better use it somewhere else, and somebody else can take out that arcane armor. I think that's what we're gonna do. Because I have a lot of shots that I can do here.
Don't linger.
So go ahead and move him so that he is in range. It's still the beginning of our long rest, so I don't think I'm going to use Luck of the Forearms this early. This fight is... We're doing just fine. Oh, but this guy has vulnerability to everything. That is so brutal. Hey, nice. All right. Yeah, that took out a really, really good chunk of his HP. That's really good. Oh, all attacks have resistance. Like I said before, I'm gonna have to deal with like cold and thunder, and I feel like I'm missing another one. Oh, acid. Don't really have good sources of those particularly, but that's fine.
I won't give in.
All right.
I have to survive
So
this.
Shadowheart. Let's see if I can get her in her line of sight, but not necessarily his line of sight. And she is full up on spell slots, so this might be time to unload. Okay, she cannot reach him. Can only reach this one. So these guys aren't vulnerable to anything. No, but they do have poison and psychic resistance. He is a mist. That stinks.
Surprised.
All right, Gale. All you, man. All you. Here we go. Is that gonna in the same spot? No, he's gonna have to move a little bit, but that's not too bad. How about Ray of Frost? Getting better? Yeah, 75% chance to hit both cases. So here we go. Nice. Yeah, these are level 3. Bernard is level 5. What? I'm like level 7, right? No, I'm level 5. Oh, geez. Okay. Thought I was higher than that. Okay. Cool. I think I'm gonna have him move back a little bit just so that he can't get hit as easily.
Can't even catch my breath.
Okay. Nerdad is up. Here we go. Go ahead and cast Hex. And let's actually take a look and see. Like, his strength is his strongest one. So yeah, we're gonna do strength. We're gonna do strength. And we'll cast it from Warlock side of things. Oh, that's a concentration, so I lost Shield of Faith. Oh my gosh. Remember whenever I started this fight and I said, hey, I need to pay attention to the concentration of everybody? Ah, ha, 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 ha. Do that every dang time. Every dang time. Eldritch Blast does have, yeah, target 2+. Okay. So we gonna smack him down. We're gonna try to smack him down. Jeez. No, I think I'm okay, but I could burn my smite right now because I have like 1 spell slot left. Yeah, let's just go ahead. Yeah. Oh, and he does not have any more movement. That stinketh. Who is still up? Oh, this guy's still up. Okay, we can take care of him. Yeah, we can take care of him.
Can't slow down.
And we will go ahead and do Eldritch Blast. Unless, of course, the path is interrupted. In which case we will not do Eldritch Blast. That did it. I was thinking about shooting off 2 Eldritch Blasts in 2 different directions, although I don't know if I could have hit him. He's kind of far away. But I still do have Armor of Agathis. That's awesome. But I'm glad that I did do it twice on that guy just to make sure I took him out. So we down to 1 guy? Yeah, 1 guy. Oh, no. Sorry, I totally forgot about this one over here. All right, fine. Oh, check that out. I have actually never noticed that. Like, this is incapacitated by anti-magic fields. Did not realize that. What I was wondering, though, is if they had, like, any sort of blind sense or something. I mean, I don't know if I can blind this guy, because he doesn't... If you'll notice, if you look closely and use your own investigation check, he doesn't have a head, which, again, I don't know if y'all know this, but if he doesn't have a head, he doesn't have eyes. So we are just going to try blinding him anyway. I might lose Bird here. Yeah, not great, not great.
Let's finish this.
And she is out of stuff to do, so I might just have her jump down. Oh no, I don't want to take her in HP. I'll have her move behind this wall. All right. Can Nerdad jump up there? No, he cannot. Can he shoot this guy? Sure. Oh, hey, that actually hit. I was not expecting that. Okay. We'll have
Time to press ahead.
move forward a little bit. And always remember, equip your melee weapon before you end your turn so that you can do opportunity attacks just in case those pop up. This guy gonna be out of range. Jeez. Oh, great. Can jump up there. Let's do that.
This should work.
That's a long jump. Does the Star gonna have anything that lets him jump super far? Because that was a long jump. +4, that's not... Oh, sorry, +7. How the heck did you get a +7? That might be my highest athletics. Yeah, next one is +5 and +5. Hey, that works out great. Okay, I'm actually kind of curious. Where is he getting that from? Click heels. Oh, yeah. Forgot about click heels. I have no idea. Not a clue. Okay, cool. If he wants to jump all over the place, I will not stop him. I'll actually encourage that behavior. Yeah. And we got an extra turn. And we actually hit. I'm gonna have him move a little bit more just to get him in range. I don't want him taking that disadvantage. Dude, Astarion was killing it. I think he just missed that one shot, and those were hard shots.
I'll just help myself.
Way to go, Astarion. Way to go. I say it 50 times every single episode, but I love this build. Again, I love rogues in general. I love sniper rogues. I love them. I love everything about them. There's nothing I don't love about rogues. And especially with thieves in this game, they are so overpowered, and it just makes me overjoyed. So, really glad that rogues are so useful in this game. And this build is so good. There's the ring. There's the ring we should have gotten. Ridiculous. So, couple of cool things, and this is kind of why I wanted to have Bernard attack, is so that we could get some of these weapons. So, the Light of Creation is a really interesting one. Really strong weapon. 9 to 23 damage, which is crazy. But it does have the chance to stun the wielder, unless it is a construct. So this would be, you have to save against a saving throw on that one. It is a +1 weapon, which is always really good. And then we have the Guiding Light. This just lets you cast light as an evocation cantrip. We have enough people that can provide light that all the people that I want with light have light. And then antique key. I actually don't know what that is for. But if we put on the guiding light.
There's no time to waste.
Well.
Ta-da!
This ring is yielding secrets.
What this will do is it'll let you go straight down to the basement. That's how this is supposed to work. But apparently it doesn't want to work that way. So anyway. But with that, we're gonna go ahead and end tonight. Appreciate y'all being here with me and spending some time in Baldur's Gate 3. Tomorrow, let's see what we're gonna do actually. Here, let's go ahead and ascend and we'll take a look at the map. So, what we are looking at is we still actually have to take care of the druids, or sorry, not the druids, the tieflings that are in the druid grove, because we still have not done the celebration with them, and that was a long time ago that we took care of the goblin leaders. So we'll probably take care of that. That seems like a good thing to take care of. Let's see. We also have the other part of the Underdark heading over to Grimforge. There's a good amount of stuff to do over in Grimforge as well. And let's see. Oh, we need to report back to the Myconid Sovereign as well. So, yeah. Still a good amount of stuff that we still need to take care of, and we should be nearing the end of the Underdark. We'll be nearing the end of the overmap to this, and heading towards the Kresh and the Grimforge. So we are progressing pretty crazy through Act 1. But all right.